Thanks everyone for joining me here today. I vividly remember lots of things from Staking Rewards last year. It was a fantastic conference, or Staking Summit, I should say. But it was also the day of the FTX crash, which is, look how far we've come since then. But I also vividly remember talking about, or theorizing what can be done with Stakewise v3. It was still very much in its ideas phase and design phase. And now it's great to be presenting a year on some of the protocols and entities that are now building on v3. Now it is essentially built. For those of you who are not aware about who Stakewise are, so Stakewise was one of the first liquid staking providers back in the day. We launched back in early 2021. But for the past 18 months or so, we've had full focus on our version 3 upgrade, inventively named Stakewise v3. This protocol has been, as I mentioned, in design phase and development for over 18 months now, and has been on testnet since February. So one quick update on where we are with v3. So I can confirm the contracts are on mainnet. It's taken a long time to get here, but it's awesome to see this protocol on mainnet. We are literally just crossing the T's, dotting the I's, getting some final testing in place before we launch it to the public. So that's awesome. For those who also follow Stakewise DAO, you will see that we've just approved the Oracle network for the v3 protocol. And I think you can also agree with me that it's a pretty strong set of oracles and partners we've got ready lined up for Stakewise v3. So when we say v3 is soon, it really is soon. Before I go and look at some of the examples of what people are doing on v3, I felt it necessary just to give a quick introduction of what v3 is. So Stakewise currently is a single staking pool permissioned node operator set. What we're doing with v3 is we're essentially white labeling our smart contracts, allowing any entity to launch their own staking pool alongside our existing pool. These staking pools, or vaults, as they are known in v3, are the foundation for the protocol. Each vault is a unique smart contract. All assets are fully segregated, and the configurations within these vaults are all going to be unique. Vaults are essentially a one-stop shop for offering staking as a service. Anyone who wants to offer trustless, non-custodial staking can leverage these smart contracts. And they automate everything for you, everything apart from actually running the nodes yourselves. So they accept delegations of any size, they pool capital, they automatically register validators, wind down validators, they auto-compound, they tokenize, they handle fee distribution. You kind of get the picture here. And I'll talk through some of the features of vaults when I go through the examples. But essentially, it's like the Swiss Army knife for ETH staking. And the best part of it for most people in this room is that vaults are actually free to use. We do not charge for the use of vaults. We kind of see them as like the Gnosis safe for ETH staking. It's a public good. We think anybody should be able to offer staking as a service, and we're giving them the tools to do that. On top of vaults, we have our liquid token. This is the new token which we're launching alongside v3. And as you can see, it kind of plugs into every single staking pool or vault on this platform. The clue is in the title, OSETH, or over-collateralized staked ETH. This token is over-collateralized. So whilst we have a single token that is connected to all of the vaults in the ecosystem, the over-collateralization ensures that staking rewards and staking penalties do remain truly isolated to each vault. And we as Stakewise are providing the liquidity and integrations for this token. So not only are we giving people the tools to offer staking as a service, we're also giving them a ready-made liquid staking ecosystem or liquid staking token that all of their stakers can use and they can plug into. So that's kind of a quick high level of what v3 is, and now we can actually have a look at what people are building on v3. So first up, we have our friends over at Blockscape. They probably don't need much introduction. Blockscape is a commercial node operator. They're a Lido node operator. And actually, like a lot of operators on Lido, they have their own clients who want to liquid stake. The problem for Blockscape right now is that they can't send those clients to Lido because otherwise they just lose them as clients. And this is where they're using Stakewise v3 to allow their clients to stake with Blockscape and still access a liquid staking token. They're making an institutional liquid staking solution specifically. So Blockscape will be launching a private vault. Private means that only whitelisted addresses can stake into the vault. And Blockscape has full control over the KYC, the client onboarding, whatever they want to do to allow clients to stake into this solution. They can do that through the vault's private feature. And this also gives the staking solution some institutional or regulatory security. It means that the clients, it's not a fully permissionless pool that anyone can delegate to. All the entities are known KYC'd entities. And so it's a very regulatory secure way to offer liquid staking. What's cool about the Blockscape solution is that they're embedding DVT. Vaults are completely agnostic to the staking solution that runs within them. So it can be whatever clients you want to run, whatever MEV relays, whatever DVT solution, what have you, you can run within vaults. And that's going to lead to a really diverse network of staking solutions that are built on V3. And Blockscape specifically have partnered with SSV, in this case, for their DVT solution. The last thing to mention here is that this is a tokenless vault. Blockscape are not launching their own LST. They could do, vaults do have that feature, and I'll show you an example in a second. But in this situation, deposits are not tokenized. They are instead, the stakers of the Blockscape solution will be leveraging that OSETH token I spoke about briefly earlier. So the liquid staking solution is fully provided for Blockscape. They're just benefiting from all the vaults functionality which we offer. So that's one example of a node operator who's building on top of us. Next up, we've got a DeFi protocol. So Gravatar, some of you may be familiar, they're a friendly liquidity fork, a decentralized stablecoin that allows LSTs for use as collateral to borrow their stablecoin. They've onboarded RETH, STETH, they're onboarding OSETH as well, but they wanted to go one step further and launch their own liquid staking token for use within Gravatar. And this is where V3 comes in. So they're creating a public vault where it's, again, because it's public, it's fully permissionless, anyone can stake. The capital in this vault is pooled, so people can stake whatever size they want into this solution. And when deposits hit the vault, users receive the custom Gravatar LST. They can customize it, the name and ticker, whatever they please. It's going to be something like GETH. And then GETH can then be onboarded to the Gravatar protocol to be used as collateral for minting GRI. Gravatar are heavy, they're big on decentralization. And so they've partnered with NodeSet, which is a new entity which is coming out of Rocket Pool, essentially, where NodeSet is a permissioned set of node operators, but a lot of them are solo stakers, a lot of them are Rocket Pool node operators that want to offer their nodes to help other entities run staking as a service. And they're partnering with Gravatar here. So NodeSet, last time I spoke to the team, have over 100 node operators that are ready to go, and they'll be staking the capital that gets delegated to the Gravatar staking solution. And again, the Vault's functionality handles the distribution across all of those node operators. Again, I think that's a pretty cool use case. It's very quick and easy now to launch a protocol which is similar to Rocket Pool or Lido out of the box. Next up, we've got like ETH staking on exchange. I can't mention the names of exchanges, but it's fair to say that our friends at Sensei Node are partnering and integrating with numerous exchanges where they're helping them enter the ETH staking market. And along the way, they're embedding V3 into this solution. So for every exchange, they're creating a private, again, KYC pool that these exchanges can control which users stake into this solution. Even though it's private, it's still a pooled staking solution, which is important for retail users who do not have 32 ETH, so they can still stake whatever ETH amounts they want. And the Vault's contracts handle the revenue sharing agreements between the exchanges and Sensei Node. They can configure this however they like. The numbers are definitely illustrative here, but you get the idea. The Vault's functionality lets them configure this solution bespoke to how the exchanges need it. In this situation, OSETH is temporarily disabled. A lot of these exchanges are just entering ETH staking for the first time, so they want to take baby steps first, and then with the potential to onboard and enable full liquid staking with OSETH at a later date. Just a couple of final quick examples here. Again, Chorus One, another very well-known node operator, doesn't need much of an introduction. They have a product called Opus. This is where anyone can go to the Chorus UI and spin up validators. Right now, you can only do that if you've got 32 Ether. It's just native 32 ETH staking. By embedding V3, as Chorus One are doing, they're able to offer pooled liquid staking to their users. For their clients who require more of a bespoke setup, they can still achieve this. And for larger clients, they'll be creating private vaults specifically for those clients. What this allows is for large entities that are clients of Chorus to create a very bespoke commercial agreements, essentially for their state capital, ring-fencing their capital in a private vault so it's not commingled with any other entity, while still being able to access a liquid staking token. And this is a really good example of like a fully white label use case of Stakewise v3. The clients of Chorus One never need to go on the Stakewise UI. Obviously, we built a full UI for v3 for people to use, but Chorus One is embedding everything in their own UI, and I'm sure they'll have to put it in their T's and C's somewhere, but their clients never actually need to know they're using the Stakewise infrastructure under the hood. And the last example here is Enzyme Finance, another DeFi protocol, which is run and managed by Avantgarde Finance. And effectively, this is an on-chain asset management protocol. Anyone can come in, launch an Enzyme vault, and become an asset manager and assign capital on-chain in however they please. So there's two ways that Enzyme Finance are integrating v3. Remember, OS-ETH is just like any other LST. It's not like any other T. It's a repricing LST. So holding OS-ETH allows people to stake. It's a simple swap into OS-ETH and unswap to stake and unstake. And because OS-ETH is over-collateralized, it has inbuilt slashing protection, and it will accrue the yield from a highly diversified set of node operators. As far as LSTs go, like an OS-ETH standard LST is pretty high up there. It doesn't get much better than that. And so Enzyme Finance asset managers will be able to just simply enable one-click staking within their vaults with slashing insurance. The other thing as well, or an alternative way these asset managers can deploy capital, is by viewing the Stakewise marketplace. Every single vault, every single staking pool that is launched on Stakewise v3 will be shown within the Stakewise UI and ultimately within the Stakewise marketplace. This gives stakers the ability to cherry pick, and the vault managers in this situation for Enzyme, to cherry pick their preferred staking solution. Maybe they want to stake with solo stakers, commercial operators, those running DVT, what have you. Whatever they want, they can cherry pick their preferred solution and stake directly into that vault, into that staking pool. And of course, they can still access the liquid staking token of OS-ETH. And so it gives these asset managers a very bespoke staking configuration. This list is not exhaustive here. There's plenty more people, entities that are building on v3. Wallets, custodians, you name it, they're all looking at v3 to kind of launch their own staking solution. Let me just leave you with this. Historically, it has taken years, maybe even multiple millions of dollars in some cases to launch staking solutions or liquid staking solutions. The Gravatar Vault is a great example here. They're able to launch their vault, and it will take them, I kid you not, about 5 minutes to do it on the Stakewise UI. And they can plug in a node operator set with hundreds of node operators. It's taken Lido, Rocket Pool a long time to build up their solutions with many number of node operators. Gravatar can do that within 1 day, effectively. And for those who do not want their own LST, they can use OS-ETH, the ready-made LST from Stakewise. So I can hope you can kind of see that this protocol can be very powerful. And we're kind of hoping it has the chance to disrupt the current ETH staking landscape, and it unlocks a lot of new opportunities for entities. I've just run out of time, so all I will say is keep your eyes peeled for some communication very soon on the mainnet launch. It's great to see our partners already building on this. There's many more examples and announcements to come. And yeah, stay tuned, guys. Thank you.